Right now, thousands lose power on Madison's east side after a car takes out a power pole. How soon until MG&E expects all the lights on for everyone? Plus, Janesville leaders look to pass a new ordinance limiting where those without a home can stay, what city officials say they're trying to accomplish. And the latest from the campaign trail, Vice President Kamala Harris holds a rally in Arizona. Former President Donald Trump visits Montana. It's all coming up on News 3 Now at 10. Roughly 500 MG&E customers on Madison's east side are still in the dark tonight, hours after a car crashed into a power pole just off State Highway 30. That crash happened shortly before 5 in the area of North Thompson Lane and Mesta Lane. No injuries were reported, but it did knock out power to a little more than 4,700 customers in total. More than 4,000 have since had their power restored. On its outage map, MG&E is estimating to have power back on by midnight. That map available on its website, mgne.com. As the cost of housing continues to rise, communities here in Wisconsin and across the nation are facing increasing rates of homelessness. In Janesville, officials are introducing more regulations on where those without housing can stay overnight. Our Maddie Heimsch was in Janesville today to learn more.
The Hedberg Public Library parking lot has been a place for people without homes to stay overnight, but now a pending city ordinance could change that, leaving only one approved lot in the city.
Part of the reason why is because of, sadly, a lot of the individuals that are sleeping or living in the lot right now, they've been affected by other sort of criminal things that have gone on in and around them, so it's not a cause of them.
Library Director Eric Robinson says there's been an increase in crime and violent incidents in the library parking lot over the last few years, turning Janesville citizens away from the library as a whole.
So we're going to move it just across the street from the police station, making it a more controlled and safe environment.
City officials say keeping all houseless people in the sole remaining lot, just steps from the police department, will hopefully keep crime down and bring back a feeling of safety for library visitors.
I don't know if it's a perfect solution because this is a bigger social issue, especially without an abundance of affordable housing and transitional housing.
Robinson says the library is partnering with other community groups to provide resources to those struggling with homelessness.
Safety is the key here. We're not trying to target anyone. We're not trying to criminalize people without homes. This is a safety concern, and we're trying to make residents who go to the library, people who use the overnight lot, making sure everyone feels safe.
If approved at the city council level, the transition could take place as early as September. Reporting in Janesville, I'm Maddie Heimsch, News 3 Now.
Well, another cool night across southern Wisconsin. Let's check in with meteorologist Blaze Keller in our first warn forecast. Blaze?
Yeah, you know, we had a little bit of cloud cover today, to say the least. Was hoping to see more sunshine throughout your Friday. We started to clear up into the late afternoon, and we're going to remain clear to mostly clear overnight throughout your Saturday. We'll add back a little bit more cloud cover into your Sunday. We're quiet on radar 3000. We'll take it down into Juneau and Adams County, that area just outside of the Dells. That's where we are seeing just a lingering shower. So folks in that area, maybe a raindrop or two. Otherwise, it's going to be a very quiet and comfortable end to your work week. 54 in Camp Douglas, 62 in Madison, 59 in Janesville, 56 in Platteville. Really mid to upper 50s to low 60s is primarily our temperatures, but we're set to eventually settle into more of those upper 40s to low 50s tonight. There's a look at your Saturday from about 7 a.m. through 6 p.m. So pretty much all day we are expecting beautiful conditions. We get a taste of fall tomorrow. Folks who are not quite ready for fall, we're back into those upper 70s to low 80s for your Sunday. Coming up in the full forecast, we'll track when the chance for rain does return to southern Wisconsin. That's coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Blaze, thank you. Continuing coverage now of Devontae Mitchell's murder. All 4 people charged in connection are now in the Milwaukee County Jail tonight. This morning, Herbert Williamson was taken into custody. Williamson, along with Todd Erickson, Devin Johnson Carson, and Brandon Turner are all facing felony murder charges in connection to Mitchell's death. Authorities say Mitchell died after being pinned down and beaten by the 4 men after being removed from the Hyatt Regency Hotel June 30th. His friends and family say he had been suffering from a mental health episode. The incident, captured on security and cell phone cameras, has drawn comparisons to the death of George Floyd back in 2020. Today was your last opportunity to register as a Wisconsin voter ahead of Tuesday's August primary election. Now, don't worry, you can still get registered at the polls on Tuesday, but state law prohibits registration the Saturday, Sunday, or Monday before any election day. And to register Tuesday, just bring a valid ID to your nearest voting place. You'll also need proof of address, so bring a utility bill or something to prove you're a Wisconsin resident. To find your nearest voting location, just visit myvote.wi.gov. But if you're already registered to vote, You can do so in person absentee through Sunday, or if you requested your ballot be sent home to you, you could drop it off in a ballot drop box. The 2024 presidential race heating up with both campaigns on the road tonight. Former President Trump rallying supporters in Montana. Vice President Kamala Harris spoke in Arizona after securing a major endorsement. Natalie Brand reports from the campaign trail.
Vice President Kamala Harris and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz took their message to Arizona voters Friday night. Thousands braved triple-digit heat to get a glimpse of the new Democratic nominee and her running mate on their week-long battleground tour.
Do you think the enthusiasm is going to continue? I certainly hope so. And I think seeing all these people together supporting her ticket is a great thing to see.
While campaigning in a key border state, the Democratic duo addressed the issue of immigration and border security.
We know our immigration system is broken, and we know what it takes to fix it. Strong border security and an earned pathway to citizenship.
A topic former President Donald Trump hammered at his rally Friday night in Bozeman, Montana.
They found out that this is a phony that we're running against, a person that had no idea what she was doing on the border.
As a border state prosecutor, she took on drug cartels.
Both Harris and Trump released new ads this week talking about getting tough on border security.
Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are allowing illegal people to come into our country.
At the same time, the vice president is trying to mobilize support from Latino voters, receiving a rare endorsement from LULAC, the nation's oldest and largest Latino civil rights organization. The first time the group has backed a presidential candidate. But DACA recipient Jose Patino told us he wants to hear more about the campaign's vision for immigration reform.
I think there's an opportunity for the Harris and Walz to actually see this is a huge gap of people who are undecided.
With an eye on the Southwest, the Harris campaign is beefing up staff and says it's opened about a dozen offices in Arizona and around 13 offices in Nevada. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Phoenix, Arizona.
Around the Midwest now, Sangamon County, Illinois Sheriff Jack Campbell says he will retire by month's end. Calls for him to resign have grown louder after a deadly shooting involving one of his deputies, who is now indicted on charges in the death of Sonia Massey. According to prosecutors, Massey called 911 on July 6 to report a possible prowler at her home. Authorities said after two deputies went to the home, one of them, then Deputy Sean Grayson, shot and killed her following a dispute involving a pot of hot water. In Brazil, 61 people were killed when a passenger plane crashed on the outskirts of Sao Paulo. The crash, which was caught on video by multiple people, appears to show the turboprop plane in a spin while falling out of the sky. We will show you one video clip, but we do want to warn our viewers it may be disturbing to some as it shows the plane's final moments in flight. It happened on a Voapas Airlines flight, that is Brazil's fourth largest domestic carrier. Brazil's president says it appears everyone on board died. Amazingly, no one on the ground was killed. Flight tracking data shows the plane began losing altitude about a minute and a half before crashing. In a statement, the airline says there is no confirmation of how the crash occurred. The United States providing Israel with more money, sending $3.5 billion the country's way. According to several officials, the funds will be used to purchase military equipment and weapons from the U.S. The money comes from the $14.1 billion supplemental funding bill for Israel that Congress approved back in April. Israel won't get the weapons immediately. The funding will help Israel procure systems that are currently being built and won't be ready for a couple of years. More stories ahead at 10, including a birthday celebration to an American icon helping keep our forests safe. Smokey Bear turned 80 today. A look back at his legacy as a symbol for wildfire prevention.
We've all seen these ads by Senator Baldwin attacking me. She's lying to you. But that's what career politicians do when they get in trouble. The truth? I was born and live in Wisconsin. I've never run a nursing home, and of course I believe seniors should vote. The false attacks are going to keep coming because she has nothing to run on. Her record has failed us on inflation, the border, and crime. I'm Eric Hovde. I approve this message for this reason. It's time for change.
CapTime's Idea Fest is back for a week of powerhouse speakers and sessions exploring important local and national topics. September 15th through the 21st in Madison. This year's guest speakers include Speaker Emerita Nancy Pelosi, former member of Congress Liz Cheney, Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson, and historian Heather Cox Richardson, along with many others. Idea Fest brings together changemakers to discuss Wisconsin's triumphs and failures to help reach a better state. Purchase your tickets today at captimesideafest.com to join this premier thought festival.
The Sun Prairie Sweet Corn Festival runs August 14th through the 18th. The famous 80 tons of steamed corn, rolled in butter and lightly salted, is served Saturday and Sunday only. Visit sunprairiecornfest.com for complete details and hotel discounts.
With Sweeto Metal Roofing, you get quality metal roofs installed by the best in the business. A metal roof means no fading, no storm repairs, true sustainability, and lower energy bills.
Sweeto Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
News 3 Now, in partnership with the Boys and Girls Club, is collecting school supplies for area students, and we need your help. Drop off school supplies at any of our Dane County locations from now until August 16th, or make a monetary donation at channel3000.com. Thank you for helping hundreds of youth by making a generous donation to the News 3 Now Back to School Supply Drive. Sponsored by Metcalf's Market, Lamer's Bus Line, and Midwest Financial Group.
I'm running to fight for an America where the economy works for working people, where you only have to work one job to pay the bills, and where hard work is rewarded, where reproductive rights are not just protected by the Constitution of the United States, but guaranteed in every state, because that's our America. And that's the America I believe in.
FFPAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
You have a consumer issue and you keep getting the runaround. Need help?
It's call for action to help me. Nobody else did.
Contact our team by phone or on channel3000.com. Call for action only on News 3 Now, moving forward for you. You're watching News 3 Now at 10, moving forward.
Some road closures to know about if you're heading downtown tomorrow. The Madison Mini Marathon is tomorrow, consisting of 2 races, a half marathon and a 5K. Street closures will generally occur on a rolling basis, reopening as the last runners go through. But the start and finish will be closed from 3 in the morning all the way to noon. Those are North Park Street from University Avenue to Langdon, and then Langdon from North Park to North Lake. And on Sunday, the downtown area streets and parks will come alive for Ride the Drive. The free events on Sunday from 10 to 2. Ride the Drive promotes the use of alternative transportation with miles of open streets. Participants will go through 6 key Madison parks as well. All 6 parks will offer activities for all ages, plus food and entertainment. Turning to health news now, the FDA has approved a new nasal spray as an alternative to an EpiPen injection. It's a drug called Neffy from ARS Pharmaceuticals, and it can be administered with a single dose to the nostril. Officials say this needle-free alternative is safe for anyone who weighs more than 66 pounds. Many children and adults need the potentially life-saving active ingredient epinephrine to overcome severe allergic reactions. The FDA's approval came after analyzing data from 175 healthy adults. Officials say potential side effects from Neffy include throat problems and some headaches. Patients are advised to discuss Neffy with their doctors before using it. The FDA is saying no to MDMA, declining to approve the application for the drug commonly known as ecstasy to be used as a potential treatment for PTSD. Now, this was the first time the FDA has ever considered a psychedelic drug for medical use. Lykos Therapeutics cited data from 2 late-stage trials that involved roughly 200 people, which they say showed positive results for patients with PTSD. However, in June, an independent FDA committee voted against that treatment, citing concerns with those trials. Layoffs are on the way at Paramount in the form of 2,000 U.S. jobs. It comes as Paramount prepares to merge with Skydance Media. The company has seen its valuation plunge in the last 5 years, with shares falling nearly 80%. The layoffs are a part of Paramount's bid to trim $500 million in annual costs company-wide ahead of the merger. Job cuts will reportedly impact what the company calls redundant functions in marketing and communications, as well as finance, legal, technology, and other support functions. A very happy birthday tonight to Smokey Bear, Who is 80? The beloved fictional bear first appeared on a wildfire prevention poster way back in August of 1944 and quickly became America's symbol for wildfire prevention. His original message was care will prevent 9 out of 10 forest fires. Now, of course, it's the familiar saying, only you can prevent wildfires.
Since that time, Smokey has become such a pillar in the protection of our nation's magnificent wildlands and really a part of American culture, right? He's been to outer space, he's been on postage stamps, he's thrown out first pitches at baseball games and met presidents, all really to connect Americans with his ever important message and his tagline, only you can prevent wildfires.
And his birthday comes, unfortunately, as fires rage in California, Colorado, and other western states. On average, some 70,000 wildfires have been documented every year in the U.S. since back in 1983. That's according to the National Interagency Fire Center. The closing ceremony of the Paris Summer Olympics is already coming on Sunday. According to Variety magazine, the ceremony will feature Billie Eilish, Snoop Dogg, and the Red Hot Chili Peppers. The three acts, all with Los Angeles roots, will take the stage in a mix of pre-taped as well as live performances seen from L.A. It's a nod to the Southern California city as it prepares as the next host of the Summer Olympics in 2028. The Paris closing ceremony will conclude with Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass accepting the Olympic torch before bringing it to the United States. Tropical storm Debbie continues to dump rain and wreak havoc as it heads up the East Coast now. Debbie drenched New York's metro area today, putting tornado watches in effect for parts of New York and New Jersey. Parts of the Carolinas, of course, sustained heavy flooding from Debbie, with residents keeping close watch on those flood levels.
We have the floodgates up, and I've just been watching this because I'm only parked up the road a little ways.
At first you don't think of it that much of a threat, but it takes away not just industry, but all the natural wildlife and all, depending on all these patterns.
Airline travelers leaving the D.C. area face delays. Since last Friday, FlightAware has recorded more than 9,100 cancellations and more than 62,000 delays related to the storm. Meteorologist Blaze Keller now back with another check of our first warn forecast. Blaze?
And Debbie's actually going to be the reason why we continue to sit underneath these quiet conditions here in southern Wisconsin, because she's backed up the jet stream. The low pressure system that's just off to our north and east can't continue to move east because Debbie's currently moving her way, at least the remnants of her, up the east coast. So once she moves out into the Atlantic, this low pressure system goes with it, and then our high will eventually move. But until then, the high is going to sit over us, and that's why we're going to have a very pleasant weekend ahead. Fall-like temperatures tomorrow, plenty of sunshine, a little bit warmer for your Sunday. So if you don't like these cooler temperatures, not quite yet ready for fall, we've got the warmth to end the weekend. Tonight, though, we're headed into the upper 40s, if not the low 50s, with a light northwesterly wind, mostly clear. If you haven't done so, I encourage you to open up the windows, just let in some fresh air, because it's very rare that we really see these almost fall-like conditions this late into summer. This would otherwise be the dog days of summer. Now, as I mentioned, low 70s on Saturday. We're back to near 80 on Sunday. Both plenty of sunshine with a little bit more cloud cover on Sunday, because we're going to add a almost southwesterly wind component as opposed to that northwesterly wind. So that's going to warm us up just a little bit more and bring back some of that cloud cover. But until then, we're going to sit underneath quiet conditions. Again, that high pressure system moved in out of Canada, brought down that cooler, drier air mass that's overhead now and will sit overhead as we go into your Saturday. We're already in the low 50s in Camp Douglas, 58 though in the Dell, 62 in Madison, 56 in Platteville, 61 in Prairie du Chien, 55 in Juneau. Into Dane County we go, 59 in Sauk City, Mount Horeb, Perry, 60 in Belleville, 62 in Verona. We're headed into low 70s tomorrow. Maybe an occasional breeze, maybe between 8 to 15 with gusts upwards of 20 miles per hour. Again, because of Debbie clogging up the jet stream, this low pressure system to our north and east and this incoming high pressure system, they're really fighting for who has control of the weather over Wisconsin. When you see that kind of change in pressure over a relatively short distance, take the Midwest, you get sometimes breezy conditions. But tomorrow our winds will be out of the northwest, so we're going to continue to reinforce that nice, more pleasant air mass. But as this high pressure system eventually slides its way further south, winds turn back out of the south. So that means we're warmer for your Sunday, and then maybe a little bit more cloud cover into Monday as well. But we hold off on, I would say, the rain chances until about middle of the upcoming work week. So we've got a couple of dry days here across southern Wisconsin. Maybe a storm on Tuesday, but I think the best chance is probably going to be on Wednesday and then further into Thursday and Friday. That 10-day forecast taking us into that following weekend. Pretty seasonal, a gradual warmth, low 70s on Saturday, upper 70s to low 80s Sunday, all the way through not only next Monday, but that following Monday. So pretty seasonal 10 days here across southern Wisconsin.
All right, Blaze, thank you. A Major League Baseball game will be played next year at perhaps the most unique of venues, a NASCAR racetrack. August 2nd of 2025, it'll be the Braves and Reds at Bristol Motor Speedway in northeastern Tennessee. Now check out these photos released by MLB showing what the field will look like. The diamond built across the track and infield of the Speedway, putting baseball inside one of the largest standalone sports venues in the country.
To put a baseball field in the middle of this, even with the screen up there and all, this is going to be something to see. Once again, history be made.
It'll be Tennessee's first ever regular season MLB game, and it continues a push by the MLB to play games in unconventional settings, like with the Field of Dreams game in Iowa back in 2021 and also in 2022.
The big swing that gave the Brewers the lead for good is next.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
I became a nurse to make lives better. Today, that's hard to do because of the open border. I've seen firsthand the damage that Kamala Harris caused as our country's borders are. Hospitals everywhere are overwhelmed, and American patients are paying the price. My patients are covering the healthcare costs for people here illegally while their own care is jeopardized. Kamala Harris is weak and dangerous.
Preserve America PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
One size rarely fits all. That's why at Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we carry a huge selection of quality name brand jeans and pants. We're so confident we have the right brand, style, and fit for you that we'll give you a free $5 Blaine's Farm and Fleet gift card for every pair you buy. Like men's Rustler jeans, $15.99. $3 off these women's signature Levi's, $24.99. And shop store-wide savings like Rust-Oleum 2X spray paints, $4.99. Find your perfect pair of jeans for less at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
The Make It Ford summer sales event is on. So make it your best summer ever with Ford. Get your ideal combination of power and capability. And experience hands-free highway driving technology with Ford Blue Cruise, available on select vehicles. It's the Make It Ford summer sales event, so make it yours. Make it now. Make it FlexBuy on a new Ford Explorer, Escape, or Edge and get 0.9% APR financing for 66 months, plus $2,000 FlexBuy cash, only at your local Wisconsin Ford dealer.
Introducing TPC Wisconsin, Madison's elite golf club with worldwide privileges, plus extraordinary amenities to keep you active year-round, to keep you fit and well-equipped for the course, to keep you connected to what matters the most. Play where the pros play with an exclusive membership at TPC Wisconsin. Make it your club today.
Arby's is full of choices. Quick, you can get your favorite stuff. 3 for $5. Incredible value for a limited time. Reach in and eat whatever you grab. Arby's, we have the meats.
Turn your old deck into dollars. You can trade in your old deck and earn cash back towards a brand new deck that is backed by our extensive lifetime warranty. All you have to do is visit TradeInMyDeck.com, answer a few quick questions, and you'll see your estimated trade-in value instantly. Visit TradeInMyDeck.com.
Kamala Harris has spent decades fighting violent crime. As a border state prosecutor, she took on drug cartels and jailed gang members for smuggling weapons and drugs across the border. As vice president, she backed the toughest border control bill in decades. And as president, she will hire thousands more border agents and crack down on fentanyl and human trafficking. Fixing the border is tough. So is Kamala Harris.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
The New York Jets recently released their depth chart, and Braylon Allen was listed as the backup running back behind Breece Hall. It's a testament to the kind of training camp the former Badger has had so far, but now it's about to get real. The Jets open up preseason play tomorrow morning, and Allen should get plenty of reps. And even though it is the preseason, he's looking forward to playing in an actual NFL game.
It's definitely exciting. You know, it's the first game, you know, whether it's, you know, obviously my first game will be preseason, but whether it's preseason or, you know, regular season, the first game's always that one to look forward to, seeing a different color and, you know, just playing against different guys other than you do every day. So definitely excited.
Dare Ogunbowale in preseason action tonight with the Texans, and the former Badger found the end zone in the second quarter thanks to a 4-yard plunge. He finished with 3 carries for 10 yards and a tutty in the 20-12 win. At Big Ten Media Days in Chicago, Wisconsin volleyball didn't shy away from what they want to accomplish this season. The goal isn't just to be one of the last 4 teams standing. It's to win a national championship. And the Badgers know they have to put in the work to do so. It's what they've been doing at practice. And even though they're only 3 days in, they're excited to grow on this journey that is their season.
I feel like the big thing for our team this year is sticking with the process, not so much result-oriented, but throughout the process of every single day. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day, so the goals we want to accomplish aren't going to be built in a day. So just trying to work through those each and every day and bring in every practice.
No matter what happens, like, doesn't matter who's playing, who's on the court, who's off the court, I just want us to win, and I think that's everyone's goal. We're not a me team, we're a we team.
Fresh off a sweep of the Braves, the Brewers opening up a series with the Reds, and Willie Adames stayed hot in the batter's box. 2 on in the first and 3 gone for Big Willie. The 3-run jack makes it 3-0 Brewers just like that, and they were far from done. 4-0 now in the second, and Bryce Terang says, "You rang? How about another 2-run bomb?" Brewers get the win, 8-3, the final.
A1 Furniture and Mattress is closing their giant showroom, and that means the best prices ever. Everything must go. Over $1 million in inventory must be sold. Name brands at huge discounts for every room. Store closing sale on now at A1 Furniture and Mattress.
You'll soon vote on 2 misleading constitutional amendments. They're designed to trick voters into eliminating checks and balances in our government. It's a power grab to give the MAGA politicians in the legislature the sole power to distribute emergency funding. They gerrymander, deny elections, and push abortion bans. Don't give MAGA politicians the sole power. Vote no to questions 1 and 2.
Everyone deserves the fastest, most reliable internet speeds, regardless of where they live. That's why Spectrum offers the fastest speeds in more neighborhoods than any other provider. So switch to Spectrum and get a powerful network that connects nearly 500 million devices.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month with free modem, no data caps, and no contracts. Plus, save with our 2-year price guarantee when you level up to a gig. Call 1-855-735-1336 or scan to call.
With Spectrum Internet, you can power all of your devices to enjoy streaming, video chatting, and gaming with the most reliable internet speeds. Get a powerful network that millions of customers rely on. I rely on Spectrum Internet. You should too.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month with 99.9% network reliability, no added taxes or hidden fees, and no contracts. Plus, save with our 2-year price guarantee. Call 1-855-735-1336.
Call now.
Get an 11% rebate on your entire roofing project at Menards. Owens Corning architectural shingles are designed to offer long-lasting performance while providing ultimate protection with up to a 130 miles per hour wind and a limited lifetime warranty. Choose from over 40 options designed to help protect your home for years to come. Get an 11% rebate on all Owens Corning shingles right now at Menards, America's #1 home improvement retailer for customer satisfaction.
Save big money at Menards.
I'm Tammy Baldwin. I approve this message.
I'm the proud son of a single mom.
My mom worked nights to provide for us.
My mom worked 80 hours a week.
But Eric Hovde thinks if you have a single mom, you're going to be poor or a drug addict?
That is a direct path to a life of poverty. It leads to higher drug rates.
That just shows Eric Hovde is ignorant.
Come on, I'm successful today because of my mom.
I learned my work ethic from my mom, my single mom.
What is wrong with this guy?
A1 Furniture and Mattress is closing their giant showroom, and that means the best prices ever. Everything must go. Over $1 million in inventory must be sold. Name brands at huge discounts for every room. Store closing sale on now at A1 Furniture and Mattress.
Need help with a consumer issue? Contact News 3 Now's Call for Action.
Well, take a look at this sweet monstrosity. It's the cotton candy burrito, and it'll be sold beginning this season out in Arizona during Cardinals football games. Now, listen to the fillings here. Cotton candy ice cream, Fruity Pebbles, Fruit Loops, marshmallows, Skittles, M&M Minis, gummy bears, and sprinkles, all wrapped. Now, that's not a tortilla. That's sheets of cotton candy. It costs $15, but it's only available in the club level at State Farm Stadium. There's no word on the number of calories or grams of sugar. I can only imagine the sugar content.
Dentists down there are just...
Yeah, that is quite a monstrosity indeed.
Oh my
Hey,
gosh.
cool weather, at least hanging around a little bit, right?
Yeah, hey, beautiful day on Saturday, beautiful day on Sunday too, just slightly warmer than Saturday, so you kind of get a little taste of maybe early fall Saturday, still back feeling like summer by Sunday. We'll add back rain chances starting Tuesday, but probably the best chance is actually going to hold off until Thursday and Friday of next week. So a couple of nice days here across southern Wisconsin.
All right, Blaze, thanks. Thanks for joining us, folks, for News 3 Now at 10. Have a great weekend.